Hi everyone, this is Tuba Islam from Google Cloud. I am a machine learning specialist at Google. And some of you might say, what is machine learning? What do you do? Briefly, I can say that I analyze the past and predict the future. That's what machine learning does. So we work with all kinds of organizations, including hospitals, mobile operators like Vodafone, Verizon, or banks, and I go and analyze their data and historical data and come up with predictions for the future. It could be something around medical data, for instance, like I analyze the medical devices data that failed in the past, and you try to predict if it is going to fail in the future or when it is going to predict. So it's more like fortune telling or treasure hunt. I like calling it that way. And today I'm going a little bit out of my own topic, and I would like to show you how to build a mobile app very quickly, very easily, without even coding. And it is going to, I think, open so many doors and make things really easy for you to initiate some ideas and quickly see how it is going to work in real life, even for prototyping purposes. And we have a story to share. This story consists of two parts. That's why you have two sections from Google Cloud. The first section, I will be presenting the mobile app part, and we will have another section in an hour. And my colleague Tony is here to present the second section. Would you like to introduce yourself, Tony?
Hi, everyone. My name is Tony Okwechime, and I'm also an engineer at Google. I'm what is referred to as an applied AI specialist. So while Tuba is doing all the fun work of predicting the future, I'm trying to convince people that she's right and that they should use her predictions essentially. Yes, and my focus is actually building virtual assistants. So after Tuba has gone through the first parts, I'll show you how to build the app. Then we're going to walk through what a virtual assistant will look like and how you can build one quickly, and we'll be able to play with that. Okay, Tuba.
Thank you, Tony. I will share my screen. We can start with some slides first and then go dive into the application. So here is the story for today. We will start building a mobile app, which will be helping us to store our money inflow and also our spendings. And you will also have a chance to upload pictures or take notes. There are many capabilities there. Of course, for today, we will use some limited capabilities, including these ones. And then in the second part, the chatbot is going to use the data that we stored in the app and give you some advices during your shopping, which will be fun too. I will start explaining AppSheet first. So it's a no-code application development, which basically explains what it does. And why it is important is, as I said, we are in 2021 now, so we shouldn't be starting from scratch when we want to make something real, when we have an idea and we want to see it in live, in real world. So this is the idea. We are making it much faster and easier for the developers, for the citizen developers, they call it, or users, students, anyone that would like to see their idea live in an app. And this is going to be a no-code environment, and we will follow some basic steps. It will start with the data. And for today, we are going to use a Sheets table, a Sheets file, and we will connect it to AppSheet. As soon as we connect it, AppSheet will read the fields in our file in Sheets and come up with some smart decisions for the mobile app. So the initial version of the app will be there, and we will start customizing it. We will work on the details, and the more time you spend, of course, the prettier it gets, the more advanced it gets. And then once you're happy, we will be deploying that app and it will be ready to deploy. You don't need to do any coding to deploy it as well. And today, if you haven't done a mobile app before, you will build your first mobile app and you will be able to share it with your friends. What kind of capabilities you can have with AppSheet applications? You can capture images. We will do it today. You can apply some logic if you want to run some basic logic, like if this happens, then write this or display this, that kind of logic. We can read barcodes and accept even signatures. The signature part is including an optical character recognition and a machine learning application. It is not available in the free version, so we can't do it today. We will use the free version, but it is available in the professional version if you need to build something with signatures. So how do we build a mobile app in less than 10 minutes? Let me show you what we will end up having today once we start doing it together with you. I will share my mobile phone screen. I think I need to stop sharing. Yeah, okay, I don't need to. It will stop the other sharing. Share screen. Cool. Let me see if you can see my screen. Yes. Here we go. So this is my budget buddy. I open the app and you see these items I entered earlier. So what we see here is I got some pocket money from my granny. This is granny, and I see the descriptions here. The type of the money, the date is important. I want to keep a track of my spending and my inflow based on time, date, and the type is money in. The category, item, it's my grandma, and she gave me very generously $50. What else I have here? I got the money, and the next day I went shopping and I bought this jacket or jumper, which I liked for a while. And since I don't want to keep too much stuff in my wardrobe, I took a note just for myself. I said, I will give my red jacket to Lucy. I don't need it anymore. I can scroll to the right like this. So I played some games. Then I bought some school supplies. And next day, my mom gave me some extra money, which is great. And I used some of it for donation the next day for homemade. So I go back from detail. This is my home screen. Now, what happens here is if I would like to add something, this is how the app works. I will just press this plus button and the interface looks like this. It will automatically track the date. I don't need to enter it. I will just say, let's say I bought a new pen, money out. Category, school supplies. So you will do this today. And you can be creative and add other things if you want to. Let's say I bought a pen for $2. When I click select image, I can take a picture of it to remember. So that's how the mobile app will look like. Let's say this is my pen. I took the picture, I upload it, and I would like to write a note. This is for creativity class, just to remember. That's it. Now there's another item at the bottom, school supplies, and I see the picture. Now I will go back to my screen. Here we go. And let's go back to presentation mode. And let me show you what happened behind the scenes. When I use this app, if I go back to my Google Sheet, this was the sheets I used initially. It was empty, now it is full of stuff. And you see at the bottom, as soon as I entered this pen and took the picture, it saved the picture in my drive, Google Drive, and brought the information here. So all the information is captured in this Sheets document. And this image file, if I go to my budget images in my drive, you see all these pictures and my pen sits in here that I just took the picture of. So this is how it looks like. Now let's build it together. Are you ready? Tony is capturing the chat window for me because I cannot see the chat. Tony, is anyone saying they are ready?
Yes, they
Yes.
are. Yes, they
Okay.
are.
Okay, perfect. So I will show you the first couple of steps. Please wait for like 20 seconds before you click anything. We will go into appsheets.com and click start for free. And then it will take you to, you remember we first need to define the data. It will take you to the data section. And you can have data from different locations. Today we will use Google Sheets. And you will need to have give permission, authorization to AppSheet to access to your Google Sheets with your Gmail account. So you will authorize your Gmail account. After that, we will go into Sheets and create an empty file like this, just the titles that we need for our app. And then we will go under Tools in Sheets because it is integrated. We don't even need to go from AppSheet. We can go from Sheets to AppSheet if we want to, and click Create an App. So now I will ask you, I will pause there because we will continue with the rest. I would ask you to go to appsheet.com and click Start for free and follow these steps. And once you get to a point where you have access to AppSheet, where you give the permission to AppSheet and open a empty Sheets file, please say done or +1 in the chat window. And while waiting for you, what I will do is I will go and start a Sheets file. An empty one. And I will wait for you here. When you get to this point, please let me know. Just to remind, appsheet.com looks like this. And you will click Start for free. Because I already gave the permission, it automatically takes me to AppSheet, but it will ask you for permission. Okay, I will carry on. I'm just assuming that you will catch me. Now we are in Sheets, and what we will do is together we will type the titles. The first one is date, that's important. Then we have the type, money in, money out. And then we want to capture the category, under which category we did this payment. And we will also have the category limit, by the way. I will enter the item. It's free text. I can write anything in item. Then I will put the amount I spent. I can have a category field, category limit. So this is going to be used by our chatbot to warn us if we exceed our category limit. That's why we put it in there. Then there will be an image column and some notes we would like to take. So once we have this, we can either start with an empty file like that, or we can put some even generic values here. So AppSheet will understand what type of values, information will be in each column and make smarter decisions. So since the name is image, AppSheet will automatically understand that this is image, this is a photo. And date is always a date. So it is smart enough to understand those kind of things. Maybe just start with a blank one. I want to show you how it looks like without even doing anything. So shall I carry on, Tony? What do you think? Do you think everybody will catch up?
So let me see. Is everyone ready? If you're ready, just say so in the chat. Let's give. I see one yes. Yep, I'm ready. Let's see if we can get one more. Yes, it looks like a lot of people are ready, so you can go ahead,
Okay,
Sylvia.
perfect. So you go into tools, select AppSheet, create an app. Oh, I forgot to give a name. Yeah, sorry. It's better if you give a name because it's untitled spreadsheet is not a nice app name, but we can change it later on. It's also good to see where to change it. Okay, fine. Edit name, the first thing I will do. Okay, let's change this untitled spreadsheet to my budget or budget buddy, how you would like to call it. And this is version. It gives and automatically gives a version name. Okay. And you see here it's empty. Now I would like you to go to the left. This was the info section I'm in right now. So I clicked info, properties, app properties, and I can change the title from here. The first thing we will
Sorry,
do is,
Tuba.
oh,
Sorry,
yes.
but you know what? I think maybe somebody else is having a similar question. But if you're new to AppSheet, it actually opens up a window saying create a new app and only three options. So I don't know where. Maybe I'm.
Oh, sorry. I had it in the slides, but I think I forgot to cover that. Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
you will say, hang on, I will go back to the slides. It should look something like this, right?
Yes. Yes. Now, which option do we?
Sorry, I missed that part. Right. Yes, it was here. I just went early. So you will choose start with your own data,
Uh-huh.
and then you created your sheets already. Start with your own data. You can either point to your sheets or you can just leave it there and go back to sheets and pick it up. But maybe it's better. Select start with your own data and your data spreadsheet is already there. You can give a title and choose that spreadsheet inside the app. It will
Thank you.
automatically create the first version and we will start customizing it. Okay. Now, can everyone come to the landing page, the interface of AppSheet? Could everyone get to this point? I should start the timer. Come on, we should do it in 10 minutes. Kidding, we still have 20 minutes, so that's all right. But
Yes, a few people have said yes.
okay. So when you come here, you have the info, data, and UX. Those three tabs are the ones that we will spend the most of the time, especially these two, data and UX. Info is basic information, the properties of your app. You can change the name from there if you want to. And then we will go into data. This is the most important part. You see the column, the tables here. We have untitled spreadsheet. And then we have the columns. So here, if I say, go back to tables and say view columns from there, could you do that? Tables and view columns. And this is going to show you the list of your variables. And you see, image is already image. Notes automatically detected as long text. That's the expectation. Category limit, however, is text. It was supposed to be money, dollar. So we will make those changes. That's the only thing we will do here. I would like to have more real estate because there are some other features for the columns on the right-hand side, and I can do it by clicking this arrow here. If I click that, this simulator will go away. So this is my app. Right now it is empty. I will just move it, syncing. I will just move it, and here we go. Now you see the row number. It is automatically generated. It's not in my data. I will make it the key for now. And I don't want to make date the key because key needs to be unique in my app. So every row number in my sheets will be unique from 1 to many. But on the same date, I can insert multiple things, right? I can have money, I can spend multiple times. So I will just get rid of the key. That's fine. Type is text, category is text, item is text, amount is number. So let's start changing them. Now follow me. I'm looking at type. I will click this edit button and it tells me the type, the column data type for type. It can be text or it can be an enumerator. Enum is the option here, which means I can specify exactly what value I can insert for that type. In our case, in our example, it was money in. I add the values here. You can feel free to add other things. Money out. So those are the type of transactions I want to see in my budget. Money in and money out. You can allow other values or you can set it stone. You can be rigid about it. I want to be rigid. I want to allow only two options. And I can change the input mode, which means I can make it buttons side by side or a drop-down box. Buttons is good. That's all I want to do. I'm saving this. That's it. Now I will do the same thing for category. If you remember, we had the category. I will do it again, enumerator. And I will add the values like clothes, like school supplies, and oops, not that one, or donation, or games. Okay, and I would like to see this as a drop-down box. That's it, done. Now before carrying on, let's go and test how it looks like. If I click this simulator and click the plus button, it shows you the date, the type. Oh, sorry, before doing that, save. Don't forget to save. Let's save this. So all the changes we have done so far is saved. The simulator on the right is updated. I click here, here we go. You see, type was just a box before. Now I see that it's buttons. So I can say money in or money out, and I spent on school supplies. And what was the item? Books. And I spent $12. And I had this category limit can be fixed. I will not go into that now, but let's say you can keep it empty for now or put just 90. And you can take an image from your, let me see, I don't know if I have something here. Let's say this is a book. Just upload it, save. Here we go. You can also add some notes if you want to. So this is the basic, very basic version of our app. We are just testing, it's working, it's doing what we want it to do, but it's not perfect yet. What else we can do? First of all, it says 12. It should say $12, right? I go into amount and instead of type, I change it to price. When I change it to price, it gives me options. By default, it's dollars, so we don't need to change it for now, but I have access to all currency types for future. So I have the price fixed. That's good. The other thing I would like to check is item can be just text. The category limit is not text, it is also price. I would like to put it that way. Done. And that's it. The types are okay. I'm happy with that. Now I would like to change the view of this app. How do I want it to look like? Let's save it first. Don't forget to save. And let's enter one more thing. Let's say I have this time money in. There's no pocket money, we could put it. Let's do that. I go into category and I add one more thing, pocket money for the money in. Done. So I updated it in here. I will save it later. Let's say from this time I got some money from dad. It's $20. You see it's now in dollar terms, and I don't need an image of my dad. I say it is more to come next week, let's say, and I save it. Now I would like to change the view of this, so I could go into UX as a next step, and sky is the limit. Let's save it first. You can make it as pretty as you want. You can spend as much time you want. You can tweak the details. I will show you some primary things.
Tuba,
So go on, Tony.
there's a question here. Can you undo?
Can you undo?
I deleted the wrong thing, and so like
That's a good question. So if you haven't saved it, that would be fine. If you saved it, it updates the version number, and you go into manage, and then go into versions, and go into
oh,
version history. And here you go. You can view all the previous versions here. So you don't lose anything. Don't worry.
that's very good. Thank you.
And if I go into UX now, I forgot to save after I submitted before changing the screens. That's why I lost the dead entry, but don't worry about it. Just keep in mind always, if you're happy with what you did, just press the save button. Now I go into my view. This is the pretty part. This is where we make it as we want it to look like. So there are options, like one is gallery view, like you have big pictures. One is the deck view, you have smaller. So I go with the deck view. What I showed in the demo to you was a deck view. And I can add some more tabs down here, add more views if I want to. I can sort by date. By default it is like that, but I can do it descending instead of ascending. I can add some in the view options. I can say the main header, primary header, right now it is date. I'm happy with that. Let's make it fixed even rather than auto. The primary header is this header here. So primary header is date, which is fine. I would like to see as secondary header, I would like to see the category. Here you go. And for the summary column, which is going to appear on the top side, I would like to see the amount I paid. Here we go. I'm happy with this, then save. One more thing I would like to do is the shape of the image. I like round shape. If you prefer square, that's totally fine. But I will just change this to round, so it will always be circles around the picture I take. I save it. So I did some cosmetics as well, which is great. Now, I would like to show you the same app in the original app that I showed you. So this is the same thing. The columns are here, but this time it looks a little bit more pretty, right? Because you fill more data and the pictures look pretty. And you can do those kind of things if you go into um, UX and brand. You see these primary colors. So I picked this turquoise-like color. You can change the color. You can make it purple if you enjoy purple, or orange. And you can pick a logo for your app, change the existing logo to one of these, or create a custom logo and upload it. It will appear up there. And in order to see the logo at the top, you might not be seeing it right now, which is the case here. We don't see the logo, right? You can go down. Where I was I was in UX, in brand. I go down and I say show logo in the header. Here we go. It's not a fantastic logo, but I can change that logo also to something like this. And I can add the name in the header, which is not the perfect name. We will change it somewhere. I will find out. Let's get rid of it now. And then I can hide or show these are the details in the app that you can play with. And each time before moving to another tab, just save what you have done. Okay, so I would like to see here. Oh, okay. When you go into UX, I changed it in info, but not in UX. That's why it still shows untitled spreadsheet. When you go into UX, you will see that my budget appears there. Okay, perfect. The app is almost ready. It is just the cosmetics part. As I said, you can make it as pretty as you want. Let's just go and save it. And then I would like to do a bit coloring as well. Let's do it like that, or orange this time. Okay. And it is light. Light is good. Light scheme. That's fine. And show the name, my budget. And style could be like this or this. Let's do it like that. Okay, I played with the style. I am happy with it. Now the last part. How am I going to start using it? How am I going to share it with my friends? We will go into users and go into links. You see there is an install link here and a browser link. If I copy browser and go into my browser, enter, here we go. This is my app that I can start adding new stuff, money out, money in, this time pocket money, and this was my dad, and here we go. And let's say 20, I don't need an image, save, here you go. So you can test it and see it's working fine. And then if you go back to users tab, it asks you who you would like to share it with. You type your friend's email address and say add, and then say I'm not a robot, and they receive an email with the install link. How will it look like? It will look like this. And you will also automatically have it because this is your app. So when you go into your Gmail account, you will see an email from AppSheet saying that, congratulations, would you like to install your budget buddy? You can take your mobile phone, go into your Gmail account and click that install button. It will automatically install AppSheet and your app, because AppSheet will be required. It will take you to the Google Play Store. So you will install AppSheet and then you will see your My Budget Buddy or what name you have given on your landing on your home screen, and you can start using it.
Great.
I think
So,
that was all. Any questions? Yes.
yeah, I'm going to read out the questions to you too, but there's quite a number. So will
Oh,
this work So let me start here. Can apps built in AppSheets be shared? You already answered that. And then it says, will this work on iOS?
Yes, it works on iOS. It works on Android. There's no login. There's no such thing like Clubhouse. So it works with everywhere. Just want
Oh,
to check if before going continue with the questions, just quickly, if you want to make more advanced things, we will share these slides. You can add like this limit to create some columns in Google Sheet to use some for something else. So it is an autocomplete feature. You can do that, and you test it. I think I went through this, and you can invite the users. Just final thing to share, you have lots of information out there. If you want to learn more, there's an app sheet user community. There's a collection of sample apps. You don't need to start from scratch. You can look at the existing apps. There's a YouTube channel with tons of videos you can watch, and a detailed product documentation if you want to learn more. Okay, I will stop presenting and we can continue with the questions, Tony.
I think you answered one of them already. One of the questions was how you can add columns, but you just answered that. And then I think, let me see. Is there a, okay, I'm going to start to read them out right now. So let me see the slides. I got the same thing. I think it's just the slides would be awesome. That I think you've answered all the questions that are here.
Oh, yes,
Someone,
there's a lot of information about security too. The security is very important because this product is for companies, for enterprises, organizations. So the security element is very, very important. And you can find material in the documentation around that too.
Tuba, I have one question. How long did it take you to do this from scratch? It looks beautiful. It works.
Like to build it, it took like maybe half an hour, 20 minutes. To beautify it, like thinking about, oh, I should put image as well, like take notes, blah blah, maybe another extra 2 months. By the way, I had no idea about AppSheet a month ago. I had no clue. I just learned it recently and I'm loving it, so I want everyone to use it.
And I think somebody asked if it's not one of the approved app builders for Technovation this year. Yes, we're all learning. So maybe we will think about it for next year, but it is very simple to use. So thank you Tuba.
Exactly.
Thank you, Tony.
And just one thing about the pricing, it might be important. For 10 users, unique users, you can share it without paying for anything. If you want to go beyond, there are different packages. And if you want to add more features like signature detection, barcode detection, those kind of things, those comes with the packages, and lots of information about that too on the documentation. Hope you can include it next year. Yes. Saves a lot of time. Thank you so much for all the questions and for your interest. And yeah, I will hand back to Kate. Thank you.